Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today's video is just honorable mentions of the year. Knives that came out in 2022, just some honorable mentions. This is the Civivi Bow. This totally could have went on one of the best budget knives of the year. It is a small, very simple EDC knife, and that's what's beautiful about it. And you can see this one has been through hell. Yet, it is still rock solid, still very smooth, really good action. It does need a new edge. It is completely dull, but you know, it's Nitro V steel and it comes in many different options. And it's like right now you can get it on sale for like $55 on Blade HQ. And for Nitro V, micarta, but it does come in different handle materials. That it's a little gent knife. And to me, it's one of the best gift knives you can get somebody. I think the Elementum is another one, but this is also really, really good as a gift option. Next, and keeping up with the Civivis, the Civivi Turrex. Now, I think this is a fantastic knife. One of, not the best, but one of the best work knives of the year. It's a steel frame lock with G10 overlays, so it does help you from locking, from not creating death lock when you want to reverse flick. It does have thumb stud action and flipping action. Nitro V steel, so really, really good steel, and it takes a screaming sharp edge. But the one problem with it is that I do think it's a little bit overpriced. Just a little bit. They have other steel frame locks that are under the $100 range. This one is just over the $100 range. And while I don't think it's outrageous, I do think it's pushing the limits a little bit heavy. But it does feel like a very good quality knife and very reliable, tough knife, great blade shape, and yeah, super solid. Really quick, I want to talk about this prototype from Vosteed. This is a flashlight that they are going to be coming out with. Now, this is just a prototype, and it's still in a raw form. It doesn't have the color put on it. It doesn't have the clip or anything else. But just to quickly talk about it, they're running a little Kickstarter. So if you want to get involved in these, they're going to come in all different colors. Here's basically the information on them. It's called the Rook. Triple LED, high output, high CRI flashlight. That basically just means that the colors, when you shine the light on colors, the color will come out as the color is, and it won't be like a distorted color. And USB-C charging, IPX-7 waterproof, programmable, tritium slots, as you can see the tritium slots right there. And it does have an aluminum body, by the way, multiple lighting modes, aero grade aluminum, 800 lumens to 3000 lumens, sapphire lens. The inside glass glows after you turn it off when it's dark, so you can actually see it illuminating like a glow-in-the-dark lens, basically, after you shut the light off, which is kind of cool. So it's a pretty good quality flashlight, but like I said, this is just in a very, very raw form of it, so it's not exactly how it's going to look. It's the shape and the cutouts and everything, but it still needs to be colored, and it is going to be rechargeable. Obviously, we already talked about that, and you have the tritium inserts if you wanted to insert some tritium. But yeah, I'm going to link this down in the description if you do want to support it. For solid. Next is the Wii Press Check. So when I heard this was coming out, I went crazy because I loved the look of it. This recurved harpoon recurved Tanto blade. I love it. I think it looks so awesome. But I didn't know how small it was going to be. Now, I do think that if you have smaller hands than me, this might be a great knife for you. But for me, there was just a couple things that kind of brought it out of like being like a number one, otherwise it might have been. One is the lock bar access. I wish it had better lock bar access. The flipping action's amazing on both examples. Great flipping action. The reverse flicking fuller could be a little bit sharper. It's a little smooth. Yes, you can still easily do it, but just because of those two reasons. And then the third one, which is the most important, the ergonomics. And I feel like I'm falling off of the knife. They're just not big enough for my hand. So I feel separated from the edge and I don't have a lot of control in the handle. Like I said, smaller hands would probably be completely different. This is completely subjective, completely, in my hands. But I do like the knife a lot. Love the design. I would love to see this in a bigger form, like I said, and the other things tuned up. Let's get to the next one. Now, this next one, I'm just going to hurry up and talk about it really quick because it didn't come out this year. It came out last year, but it was at the very end of the year. I think it came out in November of 21. The G10 models, I think, came out in 2022, but this is an integral carbon fiber integral, but now they have G10 integral ones. So it's all one solid piece of G10 with, these windows cut out. And it has M390 steel, the TUYA big belly. It is thumb stud action. But I will say the way they tuned the crossbar lock on this, fantastic action. And the crossbar lock hangs out a lot, so you have lots of grip to close it. And it's super ergonomic, very, very comfortable in the hand. Yeah, it's a great user right here. And the clip works great too. Titanium milled pocket clip. Next is KANSEPT. The KANSEPT entity. This could have been in a top place for sure, because it is so good. I absolutely love this. I don't even know why I didn't put it in the top list of the year. It probably should have been. Ergonomically, this thing is hand melting. The action is stupid good. I mean, this thing is so good. Fantastic detent. And it's super solid. It's just a solid knife. It does come in multiple different blade shapes, or 2 different blade shapes. This one is the drop point. It also comes in a straight clip point, which looks really good as well. Yeah, I like it a lot. The clip looks ugly on it, but the clip hides perfectly in your hand, so you do not feel it. And yeah, it's cool. It's overbuilt. It's tough, and that's what I love about it. Look at how thick the frame lock is. It's so comfortable to disengage. It's definitely a knife that has a quality feel to it that I can appreciate. And then another KANSEPT, the Hazakura. So the Hazakura, I'm not sure. I think it came out in 2022. But regardless, it's something different. It's a little different. It's almost like a shrunken down katana. And that's what I kind of like about it. It's very straightforward. It's a straight back tanto. And this version has their powdered steel Damascus, which I got to say, KANSEPT does a really good job with their powdered steel Damascus. This one is the titanium frame lock with the Damascus inlay, but they do have other options. So this one's a little bit more expensive. Not crazy, but it is a little bit more expensive because of the Damascus inlay. But they have other options. They even have carbon fiber options with a carbon fiber inlay instead of Damascus. But very, very smooth. The action is really good. And I love how the blade hides itself in the handle. It's very gentlemanly and also aggressive at the same time. And that's what I love about it. So yeah, the KANSEPT Hazakura. Next, the San Remo 1411. This is in 154 cm blade steel. It is a Tanto titanium frame lock. I think this was like the first titanium SRM San Remo that I got to try. I love the pivot collars around the hardware and the pivot. The action's really good. Very smooth. It does have a steel lock bar insert. It feels like good quality. It's very comfortable in the hand. It's slicey. It works great. It just didn't wind up in the top list, but yeah, it's a great knife. They did a great job on it. I'm definitely very impressed with this one. And it's not too crazy expensive for the materials. Next is the Trivisa. So this is a Trivisa flipper. And it has S35 VN blade steel, G10, and a titanium clip. And I think it comes in a couple different options, at least as far as colors go. So it has this really cool thumb stud that makes it to where it is very comfortable no matter where you land and how you flip it. So you have a ton of leverage on that thumb stud. Then it also has amazing flipping action. Ergos are hand melting. It really is. It's super, super comfortable, and it's a very utilitarian blade shape. So as an EDC knife, this is a great EDC knife. Good access to the lock bar, very smooth on the drop. Mine did not come centered, but I'm not too mad at it. It's a solid, solid knife, and yeah, they did a fantastic job on it. Next, really quickly, the Kaiser Cormorant. Now, this did not come out in 2022 as far as the G10 model came out. I think it was, I don't remember. I think it was in 2021, but this is completely different than the G10 one, because this is a titanium frag with a titanium milled deep carry frag clip, which is super innovative in itself. I've never seen a clip like this before this knife, and it is a fidget beast. It's the same G10 knife, just with upgrades. You have 20 CV steel and then the titanium frag. So I had to at least bring it up since this one did come out in 2022, and it is so, so awesome. It probably would have made the top of the list if not for that it was already a model that existed. And then the MAXACE Zealot. The Zealot is a beast. It really is. It's a big knife. The flipping action, man, MAXACE, they really got their action down pat. I mean, this thing, it is so snappy. So much leverage in that flipper tab. And you can see how much higher it is than the center of the pivot. So tons of leverage. And you have this somewhat of a recurved spear pointish blade that kind of tapers upward, but this little recurve, it's not like a very pronounced recurve, so you're going to get the benefits of the recurve without the downsides. I don't think you'll have an issue sharpening this as long as you're using a 1-inch stone on a sharpening system. I think it'd be just fine. And I think somebody using a freehand system would be able to start on the corner of the stone and work their way, you know, around the belly. So I think you'll get the benefits of the recurve without the downsides. Very, very comfortable in the hand. The blade steel is a 10 CR, 15 MOV. So a good stainless steel. Non-deep carry clip, but it's a very comfortable clip in the hand. It does not, you don't feel it at all. And it's going to make it to where it's easy to get in and out of the pocket. It has a nice big titanium full back spacer and thumb studs. Nice strong detent. Yeah, it's a good one. It's really good. That was the MAXACE Zealot. Now another beast, since we're sticking with the beasts, we have the TwoSun TS376. Yeah, 376 in D2 steel and titanium. So this one is, it kind of reminds me of like a Recenti and a custom knife factory. It just kind of blends a few knives together, and it, you know, just kind of speaks to me in a way that it's like those knives just kind of mixed together. Now, I haven't had a chance to own those knives I just mentioned, so this would be an example of a knife that kind of just, you know, fits in until you can, you know, it kind of itches the scratch a little bit to getting one of those knives, and it is very well done. But it's a big one. This is a big knife, big hole deployment. Very snappy action, very comfortable in the hand, very slicey, beautiful sheep's foot blade, super, super useful. So it does have a very good quality feel to it. Milled titanium pocket clip, milled titanium backspacer, ceramic caged bearings on a racetrack. It has a detent ramp. Like, it has all the bells and whistles without the super duper high price tag. Yes, it's still using D2. But yeah, it's very, very well done, and one of the best TwoSuns I felt out of the year. And then just really quick, the last one is the October, the Kizer October full titanium frame lock. So this already existed in a micarta version. This turns it up a notch, and does 20 CV steel instead of M390, basically the same thing, but changes the handles from a liner lock micarta to flat titanium milled scales. You can see the milling pattern. It has a very, very solid feel, almost, I would say, overbuilt. They're very thick scales. They feel very solid. They are milled out, so they do have some weight relieving, but even like the disengagement of the lock bar, very smooth. You can feel how thick it is right there when you disengage it. Very smooth. You can reverse flick it. Very comfortable in the hand. Somewhat of a stouter style blade, you know, as far as geometry goes, but it still slices really good. You can choke up really nicely or choke back. Deep carry clip, not reversible though. It is inset with flat screws, which is good. But yeah, it just took a knife that was kind of not premium, but you know, on the lines of being a premium knife, and then taking it over the edge to a premium version. But there you guys go. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.